Let's get reaction from Senate Appropriations Committee member, Republican Tennessee Senator Bill Hagerty. Bill, thank you so much for joining us. Let's start with the prospect of a partial government shutdown by this weekend. Chuck Schumer is blaming the hard right chaos agents in the House. What's your take on this?
Ashley, I think it's absolutely ludicrous that Chuck Schumer calls Republicans chaos agents when he himself is Captain Chaos. If you think about it, we passed all 12 appropriations bills out of the Senate Appropriations Committee back in July of last year. To date, Chuck Schumer's only brought 3 of those to the floor. He's the one that's practicing this sort of pinball strategy, bouncing from one crisis to the next. He's the captain of chaos, and I think it's actually quite ludicrous that he would be suggesting that this is the Republicans' fault.
And, Senator, look, some senators are worried about how a shutdown looks, of course, just months away from the general election. I want you to listen to this if you can, Senator. I'll get your comment. Sure. This is from Republican Congressman Bob Good. He talked to us yesterday. Listen.
A government shutdown is not ideal, but it's not the worst thing. It would be worse to exacerbate the problem, to further increase our debt and our spending, to make our fiscal situation, which is unprecedented as it is, as you know, to continue to fund a government that's facilitating the border invasion. Why would we give Biden and Mayorkas billions and billions of dollars to keep doing this to the American people?
But there are those, Senator, who say this government shutdown, even if it's only partial, does a lot of damage to Republican lawmakers with the election just ahead. What say you?
I think everybody here is trying to find a path forward. It may involve some type of short-term continuing resolution. We've got the ability to get this done, Ashley. Again, I said we've moved the appropriations bills through the Senate Appropriations Committee. It's just a matter of Chuck Schumer sitting on them. They're not perfect, but they're certainly the most conservative product we get out of the Senate. We need to get to work with the House, roll our sleeves up and get this done. It may take a little more time. I don't know whether that's going to mean that we have a partial shutdown here this weekend or whether we find some means to continue this for a few weeks to get it going. But that, I think, is the focus for the White House. Certainly it should be the conversations that are taking place at the White House right now if they're going to be responsible at all about managing this.
Exactly. I want to talk about the border. If I got this right, you just got a first-hand look. Kind of describe to us what you saw down there.
Certainly, Ashley. I've been to the border in California. I've been to the border in Arizona. I've been to Texas multiple times. This visit that I took last week is absolutely the worst that I've seen it. It is utter mayhem down there. I spent time with Sheriff Coe from Kinney County. He said, look, what we're seeing here at the border today, the rest of America, the rest of the country is going to see tomorrow. And we've seen problem after problem crop up in city after city across America. We're seeing it in Georgia. We've seen it in New York. These are deep problems that are being facilitated by the open border policies of the Biden administration. I spoke with a rancher there that showed me his ranch lines. He's got 1,500 acres. He's got a large ranch, 1,500 acres between the Rio Grande River and the Union Pacific rail line that these illegal migrants are using to come into the interior of the country. He found 15 Syrians on his property just the other day. They didn't present themselves at the border for asylum to get the white glove treatment from the Biden administration. They'd come another way. Ask yourselves, what is it that they're here to do? He told me that his wife woke him up one morning early. She could hear noise in the kitchen of their house. This is their home. This is a 5th-generation rancher in Texas. He walks out. There are 20, as he said, military-age adult males in his kitchen eating out of his refrigerator. When he told them to leave, they told him that they were out of beer. He needed to go get them some more. This is an American that we're talking about having to live like this. They've warned him that his 18-year-old daughter and his son, who's 10 or 12 years old, need to either be armed when they go out on the property or have somebody that is armed when they're with them. Americans should not be subjected to this. Yet every day the Biden administration is doing just that. I went to Eagle Pass to see what was happening at Shelby Park, where Texas Governor Greg Abbott is actually taking control back of that area. It's a small area, but he's demonstrated that once you start enforcing the law, the illegal migration stops. The problem is you've got to stop it across the entirety of the border. Tennessee sent National Guardsmen down this weekend. We're going to demonstrate it time and time again until the Biden administration wakes up and realizes that if you enforce the law, you can stop this mayhem.
But Senator, the president's going to pay a visit to the border later this week, and you know what he's going to do. He's going to blame Republicans for refusing to approve his legislation to provide funding and more security, which is kind of galling, wouldn't you say?
another rich Orwellian process here. You've got a Biden administration who precipitated the problem in 2021, yet said there's no problem in 2022. Mayorkas says the border is secure. 2023, the Bidens say no problem at the southern border. Now we're in election year. Suddenly there's a problem, and now let's create some legislation that doesn't work, and then blame it on the Republicans if it fails to pass in an immediate vote with no time. So this is really, really rich. The fact that he's doing this just underscores the political naivete of the Biden White House, the fact that they think they can show up at this point in time, after he's precipitated this sort of crisis, and blame it on the other side is absolutely preposterous.
Yeah. It certainly makes your eyes roll. Senator Bill Cassidy from the great state of Tennessee. Thank you, Senator, for stopping by and talking with us. Thank you.